welcome to this webinar, How AI Can Make Great Things Happen in Your Service Desk. I'm Ashwin, a product marketer at Manage Engine, and I will be handling this webinar for you today. So when I started researching about the topic artificial intelligence, I came across a very interesting news article that said this. So it said an artificial intelligence powered robot is one of the contestants in a mayor election in Japan. So this image of artificial intelligence being superhuman or super intelligent robots or systems being capable of doing anything has been etched into us thanks to the comics, movies, and the cartoons that we have had. From the earlier Irona and Richie Rich to Jarvis and to Ava and a lot of other characters in Hollywood, we have this perception towards AI that they are capable of doing anything from helping mankind or being man's best sidekick in saving the world to even being a prime threat to the existence of human beings. But the more I researched about artificial intelligence, I understood that this is just a perception and AI in reality is a lot more different. So going back to the same news article that I told you earlier about a robot running for contesting for mayor in Japan, the actual fact is that it isn't that the artificially intelligent robot by itself decided to contest for an election and it went ahead and did all by itself. It is a campaign backed by two humans. And of all the promises that you can think of an artificially intelligent robot, or you would think that an artificially intelligent robot would make, the key promise is that the robot will statistically analyze all the petitions coming in from the citizens and provide very pragmatic and practical solutions. So there is this huge gap between our perception of artificial intelligence and artificial intelligence in reality. So what exactly is artificial intelligence? So this is the definition given out by Gartner. So in abstraction, AI is any technology or a system that is capable of learning, reasoning, and performing activities like human beings. Still pretty vague, right? So let's break it down based on its application. Based on the application, AI can be categorized into artificial narrow intelligence or artificial general intelligence. Now, this artificial narrow intelligence is what is in existence now. Artificial narrow intelligence is when a system is trained to do one particular job with the highest accuracy and effectiveness possible. So these are usually routine jobs, and these, as I said, are available for practical applications. And we'll discuss few applications around us in real life in the next slide. And next is the artificial general intelligence, where a computer or a machine or a system entirely mimics the thought process, reasoning, and the intellectual capabilities of human beings. This is what has been depicted a lot in cartoons, comics, movies around us. But this is not into existence yet. This might take a few decades, or some people suggest we might achieve artificial general intelligence by the end of this century. So, every example or every application that is around us and any AI in ITSM use case that we will discuss in this webinar will be of artificial narrow intelligence applications. And when I tell artificial intelligence, as I said earlier, these are not super intelligent or superhuman applications, but they are able to do very simple tasks more efficiently than a human being. Say, for example, let me share one interesting application of AI that one person developed. So, this person had a huge lawn in his house and a beautiful garden, but he didn't like uh, cats littering into his garden and his lawn. And he also didn't want to take the pain of manually running around his lawn with a stick trying to shoo them away. So he created a system which consisted of few motion sensing cameras in his lawn and an artificially intelligent computer and a sprinklers. So he fed his artificial intelligence system with with pictures of cats, and over the time, the system learned to identify cats and distinguish them from other animals and human beings. So the system was designed to switch on the sprinklers whenever it identified a cat stepping into the lawn. When he initiated the system sometimes even mistook him to be a cat. But as the system learned with more and more live images and data, it became more accurate and more efficient in shooing away cats by sprinkling the by switching on the sprinklers on at the right time. So such are the applications of AI around us. So to give you more applications that most of us use on a daily basis, it starts with the automatic categorization of emails in your Google inbox. So Google learns to categorize all your incoming emails, and it becomes efficient day by day. So are the Alexa and Siri that we use in our mobile phones and in our devices. Then we have self-driving cars, which have a network of smaller artificial narrow intelligence applications that talk to each other to enable a self-driving car or to enable it to identify accidents and save the riders from the accident. And on the other end, AI is also helping medical diagnostics. Say for example, Microsoft has trained its AI system for predicting the outcome of surgeries. So they fed in data of almost 100,000 more than 100,000 surgeries to the system, and it learned the pattern of success and failure from the data, and it was able to give out or it was able to predict the optimal surgery conditions that could help in increased rate of success. And similarly, Google used AI to help in the diagnosis of one particular disease, which is diabetic retinopathy, and they fed the system with millions of images of retinal scans, and over the time the system learned to diagnose diabetic retinopathy better than human doctors could do. So this way we all have AI around us in multiple areas, which which have started doing certain tasks that they are trained better than humans can do. So this is enabled by multiple technologies like natural language processing, where the system can recognize and respond to English or any language, not just computer coding. And then there is machine learning, where the machine or the system learns from past experience and data and trains itself to be better at one particular task. And then there is automated reasoning, computer vision, robotics. So the example of an AI system to turn on the sprinklers when cats run into the lawn uses all these technologies at multiple places to create an artificially intelligent system that performs one particular task. So given the advent of AI applications in our daily life in multiple touch points around us, AI will make its way into IT service management and IT service desks. So in this webinar, we will discuss about the value that AI can bring to IT service desks and IT service desk teams, and then we'll move on to discuss some specific use cases across various IT service management modules to understand the various scenarios where AI can come in and really make processes a lot easier for us. So before I proceed further, I want to have a quick poll to understand or to know if or to understand how many of you really think that AI can make some difference in IT service management. So there is a poll on your screen. So I request you to just choose whatever you think on AI in ITSM. We'll wait for a few minutes and then close this poll. Thank you. We'll now continue with the webinar. So, as I said, AI is not the super intelligent or the superhuman application yet, but it can help us in a lot of ways. Particularly in ITSM, it can help us by doing two things. Doing things that we humans rather not do, which is a lot of trivial and activities that drain the efficiency of your IT services team, and things that humans are not good at. So these are activities like creating smart automations. So our help desk get in huge volumes of tickets every day or every month, and as much as we try to get all the right information like the category, priority, and all that right at the time of ticket creation, you can't ensure that you always get all the information that you need. And sometimes we try to create automations that can help us overcome these problems, but these automations are not intelligent. They are based on static rules defined by us, and until otherwise you go analyze the situation and update these static rules, the automations are going to be based on the particular rule that you wrote, or you need someone to manually do all this categorization work. So with AI application, you can create a system that learns from your historic data to assign categories to tickets based on set parameters. And not just that, it can train itself to increase its efficiency over time. So based on the results of assigning categories and the historic data, it learns to increase its efficiency over the time. So this is one task that humans rather not do. We would rather have our IT technician go fix issues in the field than having him sit and just categorize or prioritize tickets. And then we all have a set of L1 incidents that we repeatedly get in our help desk, for which we have a specific solution that works. So you don't need a human to sit there and send back and document a resolution to the end user, handle the ticket, close it, get the acknowledgement from the user. Again, that could eat away a lot of productive time of your team. This could rather be automated by simple small intelligent chatbots that could replace the work of a human. So these are some activities that humans rather not do, which can be addressed with the help of intelligent automations based on artificial intelligence. And then our help desk activities generate huge volume of data which can help us get strategic insights. And this job of pulling out, connecting the dots with all the data you have and pulling out strategic insights is needs a lot of time to be put in, a lot of effort and a lot of skill. So you could rather have a system do it. You can train AI systems where they could again learn from your existing data and bring out strategic insights. Say, for example, you are releasing a patch into all your Windows machines in your environment, and necessarily not all of them are going to be ready to pull in the patch at one single time. So the AI system, based on the history, can schedule all these patches to multiple systems at the right time so as to reduce the failure messages. Same with they can help you in performing impact analysis and the change. So there is this one interesting case where AI could have helped a change management team prevent the failure of the particular change that they implemented. So team A goes in and starts implementing a change in the environment, and midway they realize that they need the support of a vendor of a particular asset to go ahead with the change. And they get back to the vendor asking particular queries and support. The vendor gets back to them telling that their maintenance contract had expired a week ago, and the vendor is unable to support them because of this reason. So this is one insight that got overlooked because of human error or lot of planning that is happening around. But with an AI system, you can train it so that right when you create an change, it can come up with the warning telling you that, hey, so this asset has its annual maintenance contract expired with the vendor. You might want to sign or renew the contract before you go into this change implementation so that you don't have a failed change. Similarly, AI systems can be more efficient in analyzing patterns in your historical data, and then they can use the patterns to flag anomalies or issues in your IT help desk system, be it flagging requests that could potentially violate SLAs or identifying issues that could later develop into IT problems. So these are the cases, or these are the generic categories where AI can add value into your IT service desk by having intelligent automations, by helping you develop strategic insights, and then by providing you predictive analytics. So now we'll start discussing few use cases on how AI can attach into your IT help desk and start delivering value. So first we'll talk about service desk assistance, where AI can replace the first line of touch point between your end users and your IT help desk. Then we'll discuss about AI's role in various IT service management processes. So before I start that, let me just give you a quick intro on how AI works on your IT service desk. So all of us have historical data of our IT help desk, which becomes the training data of the AI bot or the AI system. So the AI system learns patterns, or learns whatever that you wanted to learn from this particular data, and once it learns, it becomes a trained model which can be applied on your system. Now, as the AI system works on your IT service desk, it learns from the live data to increase its accuracy. So you need a set of your IT services data to train an AI model to work for your IT service desk. Now remember, any AI system or model that any IT help desk trains is specific to their data. So it can't be replicated onto other systems. Each IT service desk team needs to train their own AI system with their service desk information or historical data. Now, having said that, we'll move into our first use case, which is chatbots. So, chatbots will be the first point of application of artificial intelligence in our help desk. So, we'll see a scenario which could be possible in our IT help desk even immediately through third party chatbots that integrate with the IT service desk, or we would have vendors who come out with intelligent chatbots that could do this task. So look at this example where a user comes in and reports about him not being able to use a printer. So the chatbot goes through your knowledge base and your history of data of printer issues and comes back with one solution that seems to have worked most of the time, which in this case is configuring the printer settings. So it gives him the link to the solution article to reconfigure his printer settings, and it comes up with this solution because the training data that it had printer issues which had reconfiguring printer setting solution work most of the time. So now the user gets back telling, hey, this I have this already and I tried this already and it doesn't seem to work. So it comes up with the next solution that has worked most of the time, which is checking for a paper jam and giving him instructions to clear a paper jam. And then the user comes back telling, it's not a paper jam, it's something else. So now the AI system has run out of solutions to provide the user. It provided all the solutions that had worked earlier to this particular issue, and at a point when the user is not satisfied with both the solution, the chatbot pulls in a human assistance by creating a ticket for the specific issue and assigning it to the right technician or the technician group, and also giving the user the information about the ticket and the time it will take to resolve that particular ticket. So this is one example or a use case which you can see in your help desk pretty soon. Now, there can be an extension of this use case where your chatbots become more intelligent, or your chatbot interacts with other AI systems in your IT service desk, where it can identify an issue like a printer running out of toner even before it has run out of it, and create a service request or incident relevant to that issue, assign it to a technician, publish an announcement in your self-service portal, and at the same time respond to user with this information that and service request or incident has been created and it will be up in few hours, and what is the workaround that can be provided. So it becomes much more intelligent than the use case that we saw earlier, but these might take a few years to develop. So we'll look at the same printer example here with a much more intelligent chatbot, where the chatbot comes back to the user telling him, hey, it seems that you're in the fifth floor and the printer there has run out of toner. We have already created a service request, someone is looking into it. You can expect the printer to be up in 3 hours, but in case if it's urgent, you can use the printer on the other floors. So you can have intelligent chatbots which can do these tasks, thereby reducing the number of L1 tickets that come into your IT service desk, which means that you have reduced number of tickets, reduced IT cost, and more productive agents. So this is the part where AI can help you with service desk assistance, where AI can act as the first touch point between employees or end users and your IT service desk. And then we'll discuss about various processes where AI can help IT service management. So the first process that we will discuss is knowledge management. So in the previous example that we saw about chatbots suggesting the relevant articles to your end users, it is possible only when you have a solid, well-built knowledge base with all the relevant articles. Unless and otherwise you have a very sturdy knowledge base in place, the chatbot will not be able to provide the end users with the right solutions. Now, thankfully, AI can help you beef up your knowledge base with all the relevant articles. So it can scan through all the knowledge base articles that you have specific to one particular category, give you the success percentage of each article against the category, so that you can retire the least successful solutions, edit the solutions that are not working as much as the other solutions. And this also helps when a user is creating a ticket. You they get recommendations of probable solutions that could work for them even before they create the ticket. We know that some help desk or some vendors have these features already, but with an AI system, it gives the most accurate solution that could work for the particular user. And over the time, it learns on which solution is most appropriate to that particular issue that a user is searching or is about to create. So this is one solution or one application of AI that we will see in a help desk pretty soon. Now, this can extend beyond just suggesting or analyzing the success pattern of your knowledge base articles. An AI system can identify L1 incidents by volume in your help desk and suggest that you need to create more knowledge articles relevant to those categories. So, say in this example, category 265 have more L1 incidents by volume. So, the AI system can come back to you and say, hey, so these categories have more number of L1 incidents coming in. So, you need to build more relevant knowledge base articles which can help end users resolve incidents on their own. So, and again, it can also suggest the success rates of all existing knowledge articles specific to each category, so that you can retire the, as I said earlier, you can retire the ones that don't work, or you can improve on the existing ones. So this is how AI can help you improve your knowledge base, which in turn can help improve the efficiency and effectiveness of your AI powered chatbots. Then we have service requests or knowledge base, or incidents that we could do better if we have the right suggestions and recommendations based on our historic data. So we'll discuss one specific example of employee onboarding, which involves multiple tasks. So typically it involves creating an email ID, an Active Directory account, issuing laptops, software, providing ID access, file access, and a lot of tasks. And these tasks depend on the type of recruitment, the department, the workplace, the site. And that's a lot for anyone to remember. And without all the right information, you could have multiple service requests coming in for one particular employee onboarding. So when you have an AI system trained specifically over your employee onboarding request, it can come up with suggestions right at the time of service request creation on what laptop is recommended for that particular role the user is joining in, or what are the necessary software that he needs to perform his tasks as an HR associate. So this way, you have intelligent suggestions coming in based on your historic data that enhances your service delivery model. And then, as an extension, your AI system can also look into the service requests that users are submitting a few months into their onboarding, and suggest them or come up with suggestions based on the service request they have submitted. So this way you avoid multiple service requests in future for that one particular request. So we'll extend that same HR associate onboarding example. So as an HR associate, he needs access to the employee database, to the recruitment software, to the people management software, and he needs access to the services that are specific to his floor, like any physical doorway access or the printer access and all that. And the particular new employee is going to come back to you later with service requests for these at various touch points. The AI system recognizes this pattern from the historic data and provide you with suggestions right at the time of service request creation. So these are few use cases where AI can help you change the way you handle service requests and incidents in your IT service desk. Next is one important process in all IT service desks, which is change management. And a failed change can impact or can harm your IT network in a lot of ways, create multiple incidents. So an AI system, as I told about an use case earlier where Microsoft trained an AI with surgery data to come up with the most probable parameters or conditions to increase the success rate of an surgery. A similar kind of application can be created where your AI system learns on your change historical data to learn about various potential failure points, or to learn about various factors that could contribute to increased success rate. Say for example, implementing a particular category of change at a particular change window uh, could result in higher failure rates. So right at the time of change creation or change planning, it can throw a warning at you saying, hey, this category of change being implemented at this window could mean failure. You might want to revisit the timing. This could be applied in various ways. Say, for example, people try to pass off minor changes or even major changes as emergency changes due to lack of planning, lack of time to plan, and which results in higher failure rates. So, based on various parameters, when a user tries to tries to implement it as an emergency change, the AI system can warn the user or warn the change administrator, telling, hey, someone is trying to implement a minor change as an emergency change which could fail and lead to issues in your IT network. You need to look into it. So it can understand, or it can learn a lot from your existing change historical data and come up with insights and predictive analytic information that can help you reduce your change failures. Now again, extending this further, the AI system might be able to identify a pattern of issues or pattern of incidents across your office or your network or your sites, and potentially identify an underlying problem that could be causing all those repeat incidents, help you with diagnosing the underlying root cause with that particular problem, come up with a solution that has worked earlier for you, say if it's fixing a particular router or replacing a firewall or whatever, and then help you again with the change implementation also, wherein suggesting the type, the workflow that you need to follow, the change window appropriate for that particular implementation, and the impact analysis during planning, and so on. So, this is one holistic situation where AI learns a lot from your IT help desk data, starting from incident, problem, and change, and helping you fix an issue that could reduce the number of repeat incidents and fix underlying IT issues. So again, this needs multiple artificial narrow intelligence application talking to each other to provide this holistic experience, which might be possible in a few years down the line. Next is the impact of AI in asset management. The impact of AI in asset management can be through multiple hundreds of use cases, right? Starting from predicting asset breakdowns or server issues based on various parameters so that you can look into it before they break and cause multiple issues, to helping in impact analysis during change implementation or change planning, or even with your software asset management where the AI analyzes where you are under compliant or helps you optimize your software subscription plan so as to reduce the amount that you spend in one particular software license or to a vendor, or even with helping you during vendor audits, and to increase your software compliance levels. So these are some use cases where AI can directly improve the way we handle various IT service management activities. Now, not just with IT service management, AI can help in various other activities in your IT, starting from IT operations, where it can help you prevent the downtime by predicting server failures or network failures based on various parameters. And with respect to security, it can help you identify data theft, be it one bulk transfer of data or someone trying to snoop parts of data are smaller segments each and every day over a long duration. And with endpoint, as we discussed earlier, it can help you you know help you push patches or updates into your network with less failures in it. So these are the ways where AI can help IT and IT service management. Now, it's understandable that a lot of what we discussed are not into practical applications yet. They are in various stages of development by various vendors, and they would start coming into your help desk at various timelines. So, what is the immediate effect of AI? Where would AI start coming into your IT service desk? So, as I said earlier, the first impact or the first application of artificial intelligence in your service desk will be chatbots. So I think there are a lot of third-party chatbots that are readily integratable with IT service desks, that can learn from your data, historic data, or that can learn from your knowledge base to start handling L1 incidents. And then it will be functions like automatic categorization and technician assignment, or flagging anomalies and predicting issues. So these are the immediate impact of AI in your service desk, which you can start seeing in your IT service desk software in a short term. And how do we as service desk teams prepare ourselves for this incoming AI wave? So it's understandable that there is a lot of fear with people with this term AI being used. People fear that it might replace or it might throw them out of their jobs, becoming that intelligence service assistant who is capable of doing everything. It's not the case. Even Gartner predicts that AI will generate more jobs than it destroys. So remember the times when automation started becoming a thing and people are afraid that it might reduce jobs? It didn't, it significantly didn't. What it did was it helped you perform other tasks. So similarly, the introduction of AI will not erase your jobs. It will just redefine your jobs and tasks with things like assigning categories or handling L1 incidents taken off your plate. You will have more time to contribute more towards your company's or your organization's IT and business objectives. And the next step we all need to do is have a proper, well documented data set of all the activities in our IT help desk. As I said, every AI model or application learns from your historic data, and for it to perform things or tasks efficiently, it needs a well documented data set with all the relevant information. The same is the case with the knowledge base. So for an AI system to be more efficient, it needs a proper documented data historical data set of all your incidents, problems, changes, and sturdy knowledge base with all the relevant solutions that have worked previously for various incidents and various issues in your IT service desk. So given all these situations and all these use cases, AI can make great things happen in our service desk. So, what matters is how and where we deploy AI to help us with our day to day activities. Thank you for joining us in this webinar. Have a good day. Thank you.